There is one mental trap that makes smart people look foolish: knowing exactly what to do, but never being able to start. In your mind, you're already thinking, tomorrow I'm going to start writing that book, working out, or learning something new. But when tomorrow actually comes, you end up lying around again, scrolling through social media, or watching movies until you lose track of time. Then, you end up filled with regret. Why does this happen? It's not because you are destined to be a lazy person for the rest of your life, bro. It's because your brain is terrified of looking at a task that seems overwhelmingly massive. When a task feels heavy, your brain instantly looks for a shortcut. Let's just look for something easy. Better just play on the phone. But rest assured, this can be cured. Laziness is not your core identity. It's just a miswired habit. And since it is a habit, it can absolutely be changed. Why does our brain prefer the easy way? How often do you get stuck just because your targets are too high? You want to save a lot of money, but when you imagine having to budget strictly and give up snacks, it feels like torture. Or you want to get healthy, but when you imagine having to run around the neighborhood every single dawn, your legs feel sore before you even take a step. That is completely normal. The human brain is naturally wired to avoid things that cause exhaustion and seek things that bring comfort. However, you can outsmart it using these 3 simple tricks. 3 easy steps to stop being lazy. Step 1. Break the task down until it's incredibly small. Massive tasks are intimidating. The solution? Break them down into tiny, almost trivial pieces. If you want to write a 200-page book, don't focus on the number 200. Your only task for today is just one thing. Write a single sentence. Short, right? No headache involved. Imagine it like climbing stairs to the 5th floor. You can't just leap from the 1st floor straight to the 5th, right? You have to step on the treads one by one. The same goes for your goals. The small victories you accumulate every single day will eventually stack up into a monumental result. Want to learn the guitar? You don't need to memorize a whole song right away. Just master one single chord for today. Focus entirely on the smallness of the process and forget about being perfect right away. Step 2. Create a no-brainer routine. Don't just rely on sheer willpower or intention, because intentions fade easily when you are tired. Build a routine that makes you move automatically without needing to think hard. For example, if you want to exercise in the morning, before you go to sleep at night, place your running shoes right next to your bed. The moment you wake up and step off the bed, your feet will immediately touch those shoes. The path is already laid out, so you can just put them on without any mental drama. This routine acts like training wheels on a child's bicycle. It helps you stay balanced at the very beginning, until you can finally pedal smoothly on your own. Try choosing one tiny habit to start today. For instance, drinking a glass of water right after waking up, or writing down 3 things you need to do every morning. These simple things are what will restructure your life. Step 3. Apply the 2-minute rule. The hardest part of any work is simply getting started. Once you've actually crossed that starting line, you usually keep going. So trick yourself. I'm only going to do this for 2 minutes, and after that I can stop. Want to read a book? Just read 1 page in 2 minutes. Want to clean your room? Just tidy up one corner of the desk in 2 minutes. Once your body starts moving, you will feel much lighter to keep going. This is just like pushing a stalled car. The initial push is incredibly heavy, but once the wheels start rolling, pushing it even with one hand will feel light.
Extra tip: give yourself a small reward after successfully getting through those 2 minutes. For example, you can listen to one favorite song or have a nice cup of coffee. This trains your brain to associate starting to work with a rewarding experience. The reality check to keep in mind: the great people you admire today also started from zero and crawled their way up from the smallest things. They experienced laziness too, but they chose to keep taking steps anyway. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to become great. Imagine your dream is like a campfire. Right now, it's just a tiny spark that can easily be blown out by the wind. Every concrete action you take today, no matter how small, is like adding a single dry twig to that fire. Keep feeding the fire every day with persistence, and over time, you will have a massive roaring campfire. If you happen to fail or slip back into laziness along the way, that's okay. Everyone fails at some point. What matters is that you stand back up, refine your process, and try again. Failure isn't a sign that you are finished. It is an essential part of the journey. Quick summary: if you have ambition but still struggle with laziness, Just remember these three things. Break your tasks down until they are tiny and easy. Set up an environment that makes you move automatically. Just start for 2 minutes. Simple, right? Don't wait for the right time, because a perfect moment will never exist. Start right now with what you have. Pick one small thing and do it today. Remember, bro, you don't need instant perfection. What you need is consistent persistence. No matter how small the effort, if you do it continuously through a high quality process, the results will bring an incredibly massive change. But that consistency will never begin without real action right now. Let's turn off your phone after this and take action immediately.